Maria wear it, and I thought, you know what? I will wear that again and again and again.
I saw Maria and Rosina with it, and I was like, well, here we go. Here we go.
That's what we're doing on our off time. Watching our friends on QVC and ordering Barefoot Dreams, Vanessa.
Exactly.
You're busted.
I'm like, which is why I need to be back in the building as an employee so I can keep up with my Barefoot Dreams. So we're going to shop for the pants that Liz and I are both wearing. And by the way, another great clearance sale price. Instead of $125, we're at $84.99. And speaking of our good friend Maria Lougheed, I know she loves to play with her inseams.
Yeah.
So we do have 3 inseams, which is something Barefoot Dreams only does for us here at QVC: petite, regular, and tall. Which means if you're someone like me, I'm just under 5'4", I could do the regular inseam for sure. But if I wanted to do the tall and do like a really high heel, and my vest with like a turtleneck or a great t-shirt, that easily dressed up. But then if I want to do it with like a flat sandal, like I'm doing a little platform, a great little t-shirt, that works too. So dress these up, dress these down, but enjoy the 30% markdown. This is carbon. We also have the stone, and by the way, they all have this band of contrast at the bottom, so it almost looks like you cuff them and you're seeing the underside of the fabric.
You said that. I think that's so brilliant, Vanessa. It really is a nice style detail. It's not too much, but it makes it look like a trouser cuff.
Yeah. Fewer than 300 to go around across all of our inseams in the stone. Here is the beach rock. That's one of our core colors in Barefoot Dreams. And then we have a couple other options available for you. This is Stargazer, that deep blue. Final 100 in the regular inseam, sold out in the petite, and sold out in the tall as well. And then here's Luster, and that's what Liz is wearing. Petite inseam is 27.5, regular is 29.5, and tall is 31.5 inches. So these are ribbed all throughout, which means we get more of our CozyChic fabric. But it also means we get some interest in terms of the texture and a little bit of modesty, because you don't really see what's going on under here.
Yeah, I think it's the best of both worlds. You get that ribbing, which adds rich textural interest, and as you said, it gives some visual modesty, so no one's going to think that you're leaving the house in pajama pants or house pants. These are fully fashioned pull-on pants. And also, I love that ribbing because it draws the eye down as well. And as you mentioned, when we do ribbing, we have to use more of our luxury feather yarns, and that means more softness. And I always love to say that our feather yarns are not traditional yarns. They're a core strand that have tendrils off of them so that they mimic the look and the feel of a downy, soft feather. And that's why our knits, Vanessa, are so different looking and feeling. And you can really appreciate in that great Cozy Cam shot that even our finest gauge, lightest, airiest feather yarn knit still has that beautiful sensory-driven look. Isn't that gorgeous? And the feather yarns also allow air to circulate too. But boy, do they make these a pampering wear experience.
I mean, truly, if you've never tried Barefoot Dreams before and you are seeing this clearance sale price and you're like, oh, we're under $100, like well under $100, which we love from Barefoot Dreams, and this is your first time, when you get them home and put them on, you may not go anywhere. You may put them on and be like, you know what, let me sit down somewhere and relax.
Yeah, I'm good.
Right.
Because honestly, when you wear Barefoot Dreams on top, of course, that's a wonderful sensory-driven experience, but honestly, when you wear pants, the feather yarn knit to skin ratio is that much greater. So there is nothing that feels like a Barefoot Dreams pant. And this knit, of course, is our lightest and airiest, and it has a beautiful drape because it's a nylon viscose blend. And both of those yarns were originally developed to be silk substitutes. So as you can see, it puddles. Everything about this is soft and drapey. Easy pull-on style with a nice wide waistband of encased soft elastic that really sits securely without pinching, rubbing, or binding. No pockets on this because we want a nice clean look. They're gently going to skim the hips and the tummy and then expand into sort of a modified wider leg. It's not a true wide leg, it's not a straight leg. It's a sweet spot in between.
Yeah, I like that it's not too wide, but it's not too narrow.
Yeah, exactly. Super wearable. Not something that you're going to trip over, but it still has some nice puddle at the bottom, and it just feels so exquisitely comfortable.
It does. It's breezy, it's airy, and then on your body, like the silhouette just works for many of us in terms of that wide leg, because you don't see like where your knee is, where your thigh is. It just gives you a really beautiful silhouette and ultimate comfort and softness. But here's what's happening. We took these down from $125 to $84.99. Everyone's loving them, but we're getting limited in what's available. And that's important to know because this is a style that is never coming back. 3 inseams, petite, regular, and tall. If you're shopping for that regular inseam, we're down to our final 200 in each color, and that regular inseam is 29.5 inches. If you're shopping that petite inseam, that's 27.5 inches. Beach Rock and Carbon are last call. So if you like the Beach Rock and Carbon, that's it. Stone, our final 4 dozen to go around. So here's the Stone. This is Carbon. We also have the Beach Rock. And then our final 2 colors, Liz is wearing the Luster, sort of like a soft purple.
Yeah, the lightest lilac lavender color, really beautiful.
And then we also have Stargazer available for you as well, 842787. Any advice on sizing here, Liz?
Oh, great call out. Quick rule of thumb, most of us will wear one size larger in Barefoot Dreams than we do in our QVC sizing, but go with your retail sizing or your store with the door sizing.
Okay.
I would also urge you to use your measurements if you know those, since we're all beautifully unique, but know that this is a nice relaxed fit, gently skims the tummy and the hips and the tush, and then breaks into a modified wide straight leg. And as our friend Maria Lohi does, don't be afraid to play with those inseams.
Yeah, and have fun. Have fun with your fashion. So everyone's been loving the vest that I'm wearing. We've never done this vest at a lower price. With more than 300